Welcome back, dear students. After the completion of racemose inflorescences, for example, raceme, simple raceme, compound raceme, spike, compound spike, spadix, mixed spadix. So, next to this is the umbel inflorescence. The categorization of the racemose inflorescences that we are carried on the basis of nature of peduncle. If the peduncle is elongated, the previous types that we studied like raceme, spikes and spadix. Then next criteria, if the peduncle is shortened, the type of inflorescence is the umbel inflorescence. So this umbel inflorescence is characterized by an inflorescence in which all the pedicels are of the same length and arise from the same point. So this is the main characteristic of the umbel inflorescence. The pedicels of the flower are of equal length and they are arise from the same point. So this is the umbel inflorescence. The flowers are obviously they are pedicellate. The pedicels are of equal length and they are arise from the same point. For example, allium, or in short we say these are the allium species. For example, onion. So this is the characteristic of umbel inflorescence. The umbel is further divided into two types, simple umbel and compound umbel. So in the first type, that is in simple umbel, the main axis of the inflorescence is shortened, the flowers are pedicellate. The group of pedicellate flowers appears to arise from the same point. So these are the characteristics of the umbel inflorescence. So simple umbel also follow the same characteristic as the peduncle is shortened, the flowers are pedicellate, the flowers are of equal length and the pedicellate flowers appears to arise from the same point. The pedicels are of the same length and therefore the flowers at the top are also at the same level. In an umbel, the younger flowers are present in the center so that whole inflorescence looks like an umbrella. So the name given to this inflorescence as umbel because the younger flowers which are present at the center so that the whole inflorescence looks like an umbrella, and the flowers, the pedicellate flowers are of the same length, so the flowers at the top are also at the same level. So this inflorescence looks like an umbrella. In an umbel, there is always a hole of bracts forming an involucral. So that we also seen here in the diagram also. Here is the involucral of the bract that was found at the base of the pedicle. So the whole inflorescence has been surrounded by a series or a rim of the bract that we called as the involucral bract. So these are seen in the umbel inflorescence. The flowers are of equal length, the pedicel of the flower is of a equal length. So this whole structure looks like an umbrella. An umbel, there is always a whorl of bract forming an involucral, and each flower develops from an axil of a bract. For example, onion, hydrocotyle. So this is the photograph of the onion where the pedicel of the flower is of equal length, younger flowers are present at the center, so the whole inflorescence looks like an umbrella. Where is a involucral of the bract has been seen at the base of the pedicel, and each flowers develops from an axil of a bract. So this is the characteristic of simple umbel. In short, we say that in case of simple umbel, the peduncle of the inflorescence is shortened, the flowers are pedicellate, are of a same length, the pedicel of the flower is of a same length. So the flower at the top of the inflorescence are also at the same level. The pedicellate flowers arises from the same point. The inflorescence has been surrounded by a rim of bracts called as involucral bract. and each flower develop from an axil of the bracts. So this is the characteristic of simple umbel, for example onion. Next, so this is the compound umbel. So compound, when there is a branching, we say the inflorescence is a compound inflorescence. So here we are studying the compound umbel. When the peduncle of the umbellate inflorescence produces lateral branches and these branches bears umbel, then such an inflorescence is known as the compound umbel, for example coriander fennel. So what happen here, this peduncle get divided into the many branches, so the lateral branches has been arises, so the inflorescence we say it is a compound inflorescence, or here is the example of compound umbel, and each lateral branch bears the flowers, bears the pedicellate flowers having the equal length of the pedicel. The flowers arise at the same point, so this type of inflorescence is a compound umbel. Okay, so the peduncle of the compound umbel inflorescence produces lateral branches, so these are the lateral branches, and these branches bears the umbel that we seen in the previous case, that is in simple umbel. Each lateral branches having the pedicellate flowers. The pedicel of the flower is of equal length, they are arise from the same point, and it has been covered by the involucral bracts. So these involucral bracts that we also seen at the base of each lateral branch in case of compound umbel. Okay, for example coriander, so we can see this flower, the younger flowers are at the center, older at the periphery. Here this is the peduncle that has been divided into many lateral branches, and each branch looks like an umbel. Okay, so this individual branch of the compound umbel, it is referred as umbellate. So it is look like a simple umbel. Okay, and the whole inflorescence is a compound umbel. Okay, next, so this is the head or capitulum inflorescence. So here we are considering the third one criteria, where the main axis is flattened. Okay, so the peduncle is flattened and the disc-like structure known as the receptacle bears sessile or subsessile flowers. So in this case the flowers are sessile flowers, and the peduncle is flattened like a disc or like a saucer shape, so it is known as the receptacle, that we also seen in the previous lecture, where that receptacle bears sessile or subsessile flowers. For example chrysanthemum, sunflower, where the main axis peduncle which is flattened. Okay, so these are the photographs of chrysanthemum, where the main axis is flattened, due to which the flowers has been arises on the receptacle which are sessile or subsessile. In case of sunflower also we can see this is the receptacle which is a flat disc like, where the flowers has been arranged. These flowers are sessile or subsessile. Okay, the first one type is the simple capitulum, like the umbel inflorescence. Here also there are two types of head or capitulum, simple capitulum and compound capitulum. Okay, so the first we are going to study the simple capitulum. This is the characteristic inflorescence of family Asteraceae. So simple capitulum or head inflorescence is the characteristic of family Asteraceae, for example sunflower, in which the main axis is flattened to form more or less convex receptacle on which the ray and disc florets are arranged in a centripetal order. So here two types of flowers, disc florets and ray florets. Okay, they has been arranged on a convex receptacle. So this is the receptacle. Here the third criteria we are studying, that is the main axis or peduncle is flattened. So here it becomes flattened disc shape on which the disc florets and ray florets are arranged in a centripetal order. Centripetal means the older flowers are present at the periphery and younger flowers are present at the center. This is the centripetal arrangement of the flower on a convex or disc like receptacle. The ray florets are arranged on the periphery of the receptacle. So towards the periphery the flowers present are the ray florets. Okay, so the ray florets, they are arranged at the periphery of the receptacle, while disc florets occupy the inner portion of the receptacle. So the inner portion of the receptacle possesses the disc florets. Okay, each floret has its own scaly bract at its base. So we can say this in ray floret. Here we see in the bract. Also in disc floret there is a bract. So the flowers are bracted, and each floret has its own scaly bract at its base. Okay, so bract is a leaf-like structure that has been present at the base of the flower, at the base of the pedicel. So here the flowers are sessile flowers without pedicel. So the bract has been seen at the base of the flower. So each disc floret or ray florets bears the bract at its base. Here the ray florets are present at the periphery of the receptacle, while disc florets are present towards the center, towards the inner portion of the receptacle, and each floret has its own scaly bract at its base. Okay, the base of the receptacle is surrounded by a whorl of green bract that we called as involucral. Okay, so involucral bract has been seen in the sunflower. The base of the receptacle has been surrounded by a rim of a number of bracts that we called as the involucral. Due to this structural arrangement, the whole inflorescence looks like a single flower. So we see that here also, if we see the chrysanthemum, we generally say that this is the flower, but actually it is a inflorescence. It is a group of the flower. This is the arrangement of the flower on a specialized shoot of the plant that we called as the inflorescence. Here in head type of inflorescence, this is the whole inflorescence, but we generally say it is a flower because it looks like a flower, but it is a inflorescence in case of sunflower also. So due to this structural arrangement of the disc florets and ray florets, the whole inflorescence looks like a single flower. The ray florets may be unisexual, or it may be pistillate flower or female flower, or bisexual, but disc florets are always bisexual. So ray florets are unisexual or bisexual, but the disc florets are always bisexual, possesses both androecium and gynoecium, while ray florets, it may either possesses only gynoecium or it may be bisexual. So this is the simple capitulum or head inflorescence. So what are the characteristics of this simple capitulum or head inflorescence? It is the main characteristic of the family Asteraceae. So this inflorescence is found in the family Asteraceae. For example, sunflower, chrysanthemum, aster, marigold, so gerbera. So these are the examples of the family Asteraceae, where the main axis is flattened. It is a convex receptacle on which ray florets and disc florets has been arranged in a centripetal order. So the older flowers appear at the periphery, and the younger flowers are formed towards the center. This is the centripetal order. The ray florets are arranged towards the periphery, while the disc florets occupy the inner portion of the receptacle. Each floret has its own bract. The base of the receptacle has been surrounded by a number of bracts called as involucral bracts, and due to this structural arrangement, the whole inflorescence looks like a single flower. The ray florets may be unisexual or bisexual. Mostly these are the female flowers, but the disc florets are always bisexual. For example, sunflower. This is the simple capitulum or head inflorescence. Now we are going for compound capitulum. If there is a branching, then the inflorescence is a compound. So in this capitulum inflorescence, compound capitulum inflorescence, the main axis is branched and several capitula are included within the same involucre. Okay, so for example, echinops. So in this type of inflorescence, the branching has been seen to the peduncle. So these are the lateral branches, and each branch bears the head or capitulum inflorescence. Okay, so the arrangement is capitulum for the lateral branches. So such type of inflorescence is a compound capitulum, where the main axis, it is branch, it shows the lateral branches, and each capitula are included with the same involucre. Okay, the example is Echinops. Here the arrangement is same. The flowers are present in a centripetal order. The older flowers towards the periphery, younger flowers towards the center. Okay, the flowers present towards the periphery, these are the ray florets, and these florets are occupy the inner position. The whole structure has been arranged on a convex receptacle. Here the difference in between the simple capitulum and the compound capitulum is only that the compound capitulum having the branched peduncle, or peduncle having the branches, lateral branches, and each branch bears the several capitula that has been included with the same involucre. Okay, this is the compound capitulum. Next, this is the cymose inflorescence. So this inflorescence we can study in the next lecture. Okay, thank you. Stay home, stay safe.